Matt's Own HD Sportsnet, presented by the JMU Alumni Association. We're joined by women's soccer head coach Dave Lombardo. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
So we're here for another coaches show. In the last week, we've had a couple of games. We had a tough 3-0 loss to UNCW on the road, of course. And then yesterday we were able to bounce back and get a 1-0 win at the College of Charleston on a late winner. So first off, talk about those games.
Wilmington is just having a very, very strong year. They have a very seasoned team, a lot of seniors that everything is kind of falling for them right now. And as I said to Paul Kearney, the coach there is, he was like, well, things are bouncing our way. Well, you create a lot of your own luck, and they're right now they believe that they can win, and they've got kids that are stepping up and doing it rather consistently. So, and always playing at Wilmington has always been a tough place to play. They do a good job of getting people in the stands and everything else. So that was a game that kind of got away from us. The first two goals, we got the assist on the first one, and we scored an own goal on the second one. And now with 20 minutes or less, probably 15 minutes or less, we're trying to chase the game. So we took an extra defender off at that point in time, which was rolling the dice at that in that aspect, because they have a kid up top who's arguably one of the fastest players in the CAA, Katrina Jalou, and she got free, and now it's 3-0. So it wasn't one of our better efforts. I didn't think we did a good job of responding to the physical nature of the game and the high energy, and we prepared and talked a lot about that, but to describe it and to actually go through it are two different things. Thought we did a decent job of competing on Sunday. Didn't create a lot offensively, and that right now is something that we have to really get our focus back on, is creating more dangerous opportunities in the final third. It was the 79th minute, I think it was. We had a couple of chances. They had a couple of chances. They missed a wide open net on a breakaway early in the game. They hit the post with like 10 seconds left to go at the end of the first half. That could have been 2-0 them at that point. Soccer gods were smiling on us favorably. Okay. And then they get an offensive corner, and we caught them on a counterattack. They committed too many players forward. We got up the field, cleared the ball out to Alyssa Zerlo, who took a dribble penetration run up the right flank. Jenny Soroba, who normally isn't in that position, so either I give her credit for seeing it happening, or she was in the wrong place at the right time. Or the right place at the right time, but she got up the field and then got on the other end of a slotted ball from Alyssa and took a settling touch and just finished it from there. So we were fortunate, and we managed the last 11 minutes of the game better than we did against Hofstra. Sure. So we're in decent shape right now. Two games left, and a lot can happen right now.
Yeah, and with that win yesterday, we got our 7th shutout of the season.
Yep.
Someone that we've talked about as not having gotten a lot of the accolades this season is Ellen Forrest. The 7 shutouts is a career high for her.
Correct. And
she sits second in the CAA in that category.
Right.
So just talk about sort of the impact that she's had back there for you guys.
Yeah, what you're hoping for is that seniors, and I've had seniors over the years all over the map. Some seniors don't have a great senior year because they're worried about stuff outside of soccer, career opportunities, graduate school, and they get into the nostalgia mode of, oh, this is our last preseason, or this is our last trip here, and they don't really play unencumbered. Ellen has really broken through last year, I think, and it even started 2 years ago, where she believes that she is one of the best goalkeepers in the league, and she is really taking that responsibility for that position and playing it as best she can.
Yeah, and then after this weekend, the CAA is really tight right now. We have 5 teams that have at least 4 wins in the conference.
Right.
And then sort of a second half of the conference, 5 teams that have 2 wins or less.
Yep.
So it is very tight on both ends. What do you think about the competitiveness of the league this year?
The league has been up. The last few years we only got one bid for the NCAA tournament, which would be the conference champion. I'm not confident that we will necessarily get more than that. Things have been kind of slanted toward the BCS side of the table a little bit, but you know, we have, I think last week we had 5 teams in the top 60 RPI wise, and I think we had 6 teams in the top 100. That's pretty good with that. So we're excited that the league is up, but even right now, if you look at the table, this Elon game for us is a pivotal game because they have one additional game. They have a makeup game that they have to play at the end of the season. So they have 3 games left. They're 1-4-1 right now, and if they run the table and get 3 wins, and we don't, we end up 4-4-1. They beat us on a head-to-head, and we go home and they go in the number 6 spot. So this is a game that even though right now they've been in the bottom half of the table, they still have a lot to play for, as do we.
And so we have Elon on Friday night at home, and then as the regular season finale, we have a big matchup with William and Mary Sunday.
Yep.
It's kind of a round circle from the beginning of the season. We saw William and Mary play very well in the JMU Invitational, and then we finally get to play them in the final game. So just talk about those 2 matchups this weekend.
Yeah, that's one of those games. Last year we had our 25th anniversary season, and we played them because fittingly they have been the only team that we have played for every year that we've been a soccer program here at JMU. So the records kind of go out the window. There's a lot of bragging rights that go into the result of that game. There's a lot of kids on our team and their team that both looked at both schools, could have gone different directions, had things changed from the recruiting priorities that each school might have had. So there's a lot of familiarity with the players on the team, the schools, and the coaching staff. So there are no hidden secrets there. They know how we play, we know how they play, and it's just a matter of lacing them up and playing as well as we can play because they're a very strong team. I mean, they have a BCS win against both Georgetown, and then they tied Wake Forest. Now I know Wake's not having a great year this year, but they're getting results and they're playing well, and they have quality depth, and they're very well coached. So I expect that to be an exciting finale. It will also be senior day for our 6 seniors, and that's you hope there's a little extra motivation on their part and also the team's part to provide them fond memories of leading their program.